This goes out to all the women in the world, especially her. You know it don't even matter your age, don't even matter your color. Yo fellas, I ain't forget about y'all. This is for everybody that like things. Just listen to what I'm saying and do it and take a chance. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll it grind. Just get on the floor like I said before. Y'all remember that down low. Just put a little dip with it. Now roll those hips with it. Pop it, push it, rock it, roll it. Can't control it, I come hold it. It's all in fun, so take a chance. Just get on the floor and do that dance, y'all. I know you like it, so don't try to fight it. Turn around, baby, let me see you from the back. Yeah, I like it like that. Get up now, roll those hips. Drop down, double up on those dips. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. Back again with the second verse. It's all clean, so I'm not gonna curse. Drop a bass like a bad habit. Love all women, cause I gotta have it. Coming at y'all in stereo. I'm riding that thing like a rodeo. Hang on, baby, cause the ride is rough, and I got my girls in the front. Now and later, just bumping that rump. Raise it up, let me see that ground. Slap it, girl, make it jiggle around. Round and round that rump goes. Where it stop, yo, no one knows, yeah. Freak nasty, wanna see. Can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind.
Well, all right, y'all. If you ain't dipping, then you must be tripping. If you ain't doing it down low, got to go. To the people that moving slow, to the dance floor. Yo, DJ, pump it up some more.
It's off to the show in a limo. Before the show, I gotta get that dough. Pay them girls what they worth. Slip that money under that skirt. Take it off, baby, let me see. You might get a little more Lucci. G-string, having oh so much fun. Playing inside between them buns. Shorty got it going on like Marvin. Teasing me and she know I'm starving. Lick you up, then lick you down. I ain't finished, girl, turn around. Lick you up and down your back, cause I'm that freak, I'm freaky like that. Freak nasty, wanna see, can y'all do this right? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put yours, then I put mine. Then we can dip down low and roll and grind. I'm setting it off to another level. You digging freak nasty without a shovel. This is my world, I'm just a squirrel trying to get enough. So what's up, yo DJ? When the party's getting slow, join this jam and watch that flow get taken over like in 94. When I had the whole world getting down low. New Orleans born, ATL living. Freak nasty is what I'm giving. My juice is sweet like Georgia peaches. Women suck it up like leeches. It feels so good, you must admit you like this. Shh, yeah, y'all know the song. So come on, won't you sing it? I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Go ahead and take Freak Nasty down. The great intro song that I know all of you love. Wolfland says, hello from my 12-hour shift every day for the next 2 weeks. That fucking sucks. I can't even sugarcoat that. That fucking sucks, dude. I hate it when jobs just think you just want to be there all the time or whatever. Like I hate that shit so much. Like a little bit of overtime's great, pat it check or something. But when it's just relentless and constant and you just like, leave me alone. Fuck off. So we got some news from the Rippaverse, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's New Comic Book Day. So let's talk about some new comic books. Let's talk about some news from the Rippaverse. Y'all want to hear that? Y'all want to hear what Eric July's amazing comic book company, the Rip-Off Verse, the Rip-Ass Verse, is doing? I know you do. Let's take a look. So you may or may not know that Eric July, he has a comic at the Rip-Ass Verse. It's written by comic book legend, quote unquote, Chuck Dixon. There's no denying that Chuck Dixon was a prolific comic book creator. But that's kind of it. Like, he wrote a lot of Batman. I don't know that he wrote a lot of memorable Batman. He co-created Bane. He was a writer behind that. But, like, does anybody really give a fuck about Bane? I mean, I'm sure he has his fans, but I don't. Like, most people at this point think of the fucking goofy Nolan Bane, or adopted the darkness, which is so far removed from the source material. I mean, he's not a bad villain, but Bane was more an event than the villain in comics in the 90s. Bane showed up and fucked Batman up so badly he was crippled for a while, and somebody else took over in one of the most god-awful fucking costumes. A weird armored bat costume. We had the whole Nightfall thing. And it was a big event. But, like, what else did Bane do after that? A whole lot of "I will break you." And then in the movies, the darkness, and that's it. I'm not even saying Bane sucks, but it's like Dixon kind of rides that, like, oh yeah, you'd be the household name. He rides it more than Liefeld rides creating Deadpool, which is a whole other topic. But Liefeld may have co-created Deadpool, but Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness are the ones that created everything anybody likes about Deadpool. But that's a whole nother thing. Okay, so Bane, cool. But Chuck Dixon wrote a whole lot of okay comics. That's what it amounts to. Prolific as hell, but rarely more than okay. Than good on his best day. It was pretty good. Kind of writer. And there's a place for that. I mean, you know, we more Batman comics for the Batman comics god. I mean, you know, there's a place for that. My point is, though, anyways, Chuck Dixon, legendary creator. Just ask any of the Rippaverse fans. He creates Horseman for Rippaverse. And he's actually based on the chess piece, apparently, but he's not Nightman. He's Horseman. Because the horse, he moves in an L shape. Does he fight like a Rook-inspired piece that's like just called Castle Man? Anyways, Pony Play Gimp Suit Man over here. He has his own comic, right? Okay. And it's probably the least shitty thing in the Rip-Ass Verse. Horseman, one of the lesser known Mega Man villains. Wasn't there one that looked like a horse? No, there was one that looked like a centaur. Mega Man had a centaur robot in one of his 400 games. I love Mega Man games, and I will always love Mega Man games. They're all the fucking same. You talk about, like, people say that about Mario, and it's like, no, Mega Man. That's the one that just found a formula and never more than tweaked it. Mega Man basically is like the new Super Mario Brothers series. Classic Mega Man, even Mega Man X, really. Although, actually, that's not fair. Mega Man X did have an attempt at a 3D one. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. So, Horseman, we just announced a new issue for Horseman, chat. you're gonna want to see this cover. You're gonna want to see this cover, chat, because it's amazing. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. Image file. Let's do it. Let's bring up this cover for the new issue of Horseman. Where is it at? Here we go. Hell yeah. Here we go. Now, chat. What do you see? What's this comic called again? Of course, it's cover D. I can't even be mad about the alternate covers. It's not like the whole fucking industry doesn't do that, but Seaman number 3. I laughed my ass off so hard today. I had to drop off tax papers. I get there and I check my phone. I see this on Twitter, and I now have to walk into this fucking a guy I've known for years. Walk into his fucking office, just laughing, just giggling like a fucking madman, trying to push it down. And it's like I couldn't possibly explain to him. Well, you see, there's a washed-up comic book artist who decided to throw his lot in with some retarded black pseudo-libertarian grifter, and Seaman number 3, chat. from Chuck Dixon, my ass. It's like the Aquaman ripoff from South Park. It's Seaman. Because I protect the sea. Oh. Why would you do that? I know sometimes cover artists will cover part of the logo, which I've always thought was pretty stupid in most cases. But you never stop to be like, what did we just do here? Oh gosh. The Seaman with his bird sidekick swallow. I forgot about the bird sidekick. It's been so long since I've watched that. I haven't watched South Park really in like 10 fucking years, to be honest. Seaman. Oh God. This whole crowd-funded, non-woke Comicsgate, Iron Age fucking ecosystem, and I know the warring factions hate each other and all, but it's to the outside world, none of that means anything. Go on like a regular comics Discord, and all this shit is Comicsgate. Eric July's Comicsgate, Common America's Comicsgate. It's all the fucking same to those people. To anyone on the outside of this. Chet says the current season is ass. I honestly think they've been ass since the whole PC principle shit. That's about when I just had my fill and I tapped out. I'm sure there's been funny things since. Don't get me wrong. But I just tapped out. I stopped caring, essentially. Reaches a point where you just don't give a fuck. The only one of the long-running adult animation things that I still watch is Family Guy, and I don't even really watch it religiously, but when I see there's some new episodes up on Hulu, I watch them, and they're usually still good for a laugh. I think they've retained a level of quality that South Park hasn't, and certainly not the fucking Simpsons. Although to its credit, over The Simpsons, at least South Park is still Matt and Trey's voice. You know what I mean? It's still them. Like, you know, it's not like The Simpsons where the writer's room is Ship of Theseus like 4 or 5 times. Chat says Streamlabs isn't working for me. Let me try PayPal. I will check PayPal then here shortly. And streamlabs.com/thebeglov, paypal.me/thebeglov if you want to contribute. And I will be checking throughout the stream. And also Amazon wishlist if you want to buy me some dumb shit that I like. Chet says American Dad is consistently funny. You know, I keep forgetting about American Dad. Ever since it moved to TBS, I just kind of lost track of it. But everything I have seen of it, like clips and all, American Dad's one of those I've been meaning to hop back into, you know? Because Seth is fucking funny. I'm sorry. Like, I know the South Park guys, like, a good God, like 20 years ago now, had that fucking big, like, Cope episode where they were mad about Family Guy having higher ratings. And we're like, well, the jokes don't mean anything. Our jokes come from the characters and the situations, and they're not just random gags. And it's like, get off your fucking high horse. You're the show that had the Christmas poo. Like, come on. And also, who cares if the jokes don't mean anything? I'm not here for the heart, okay? None of you are Golden Age Simpsons. None of you have that level of heart. And none of you ever had. South Park never had that level of heart. South Park never had a level of genuine emotional connection to the characters where I truly give a fuck about them, like I did with Golden Age Simpsons. South Park never fucking had that. I don't think it ever really attempted to have it. Family Guy didn't have it. All right? Like, it didn't. And I don't think it was ever really attempting. It's just there to make me fucking laugh. And sometimes that's all it's got to do. Chet says American Dad's back on Fox now. Yeah, but see, I didn't know that because I don't fucking have regular TV. It's it's on Hulu for me, I guess, is what it is. Chet says, to be fair, Family Guy pokes fun at itself with them being mad that Bob's Burgers keeps winning Emmys. Yeah, but there's like... See, when Family Guy does that, there's a certain, like, they will shit on Bob's Burgers mercilessly. And, like, they'll shit on, like, Robot Chicken, which is funny because, like, the creator of it works on Family Guy, you know, Seth Green. And also Seth MacFarlane does voices on Robot Chicken all the time. But that just feels like, I don't know. It doesn't feel the same kind of bitter and angry as the South Park episode about, like, the South Park guys genuinely hate Seth MacFarlane on a personal level for some reason. He doesn't give a fuck about them. He's like, oh, I think they're funny. I don't understand what their problem is. I don't have a problem with them. Like, the South Park guys are just your classic bitter fucking Gen Xers, which it's not surprising then that they descended into Trump derangement syndrome. Ha ha, Trump fucked the devil in the butt. Ha ha. Yeah, you did that joke like 25 fucking years ago. Biden was in office for 4 years, and he pooped his pants in front of the Pope. And he was very clearly suffering from dementia. And his son smoked crack in the White House. And Biden probably molested his own daughter, at least according to her diary, confirmed by the FBI to be her diary. And somehow Matt and Trey couldn't find anything in that to fucking make fun of. Like, get fucked, man. You lose a certain cred after a while. Like, you know, you're the edgy contrarians that are above it all, but then it's like, you're not. And I see that you're not. And then it's like, I just can't anymore with them. Chat says, and John Benjamin was a voice on Family Guy. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't think the South Park thing ever, the Family Guy against Bob's Burgers thing. I mean, like, yeah, they really took the piss out of, they really shit on Bob's Burgers, but it just didn't feel like this. It didn't feel like bitter, pathetic jealousy, like the shitting on Family Guy did from South Park. It just, our jokes aren't random gags. You know, everybody shits on Family Guy. It's just random gags. It's like, you know how hard it is to like set up and pay off a fucking gag in like 30 seconds to a minute? And the Family Guy gags are fucking funny. The amount of times I've been on streams with guys and I've just described one of the fucking Family Guy gags and everybody laughs. Like, you know, we'll be talking about Haiti like 10 years ago at this point. We were talking about Haiti on a stream. I'm like, it's like that Family Guy gag where it's like, this is like when Godzilla attacked Haiti and Godzilla gets Haiti's all in ruins, and then Godzilla gets out of the water and goes, "Oh God," and just backs away. That's fucking funny. Yeah, again, it's like it's not that you can't like shit on Family Guy. It just feels like it just felt like jealousy out of me. It just felt really bitter. I don't know, man. Family Guy has there's a weird. I don't understand that. I see this. I don't watch a lot of animation YouTube for a lot of reasons. Because most of them are awful. Most of them are basically borderline Quintus reviews or Mr. Enter in their fucking personalities. But every once in a while, a Saber Spark video or something along those lines will pop up, or LS Mark or something. And they'll always have this fucking attitude towards Family Guy, like, well, it's just not funny because it's just it's like, yeah, it is. Family Guy's offensive. It's like, what are you, a fucking pussy, a faggot? Like, what do you mean it's offensive? Cat says there's a reason why there's millions of Family Guy compilations on the internet. Yeah, Family Guy's just still funny. It's just still consistently funny to an extent that South Park isn't, and certainly Simpsons isn't. And honestly, that Simpsons wasn't at this point in it. At like when Simpsons was as old as Family Guy is now, Simpsons wasn't funny. Chat says Family Guy cutaway gags at worst are not funny, and at best they're showstoppers. I kind of look at it the same way like Robot Chicken. A lot of people like dismiss Robot Chicken, even though I think it's genuinely one of the best things Adult Swim ever had. I'd put it easily in the top 5. I mean, like Aquaman's maybe above it. Smiling Friends is maybe above it. Maybe like the first 2 seasons, at least, of Rick and Morty are above it. But like, that's it. Robot Chicken is just consistently fucking funny. And even if there's like something that pops up and you don't even know what the fuck they're referencing, it's over before you can even be annoyed or bored. Like Robot Chicken's just rapid fire fucking gags at you. And like sometimes I want that, man. Like I don't understand. Oh, the comedy has to come from character and from deep sociological. Like shut the fuck up, nerd. Like sometimes I just want somebody to make me fucking laugh. That's it. Chet says they should love Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane loves them gays. Yeah, but Seth's not fond of the trannies. That comes through in a lot of his stuff. Family Guy, Orville, even like he is not on board with that. It says Robot Chicken is amazing. They actually have to put craftsmanship into their and effort into that. Oh yeah, the mere fact that it's stop motion is kind of impressive. Let's see. First 2 seasons of Harvey Birdman were great. That they were, yeah. Then they let Colbert write the episodes. Robot Chicken's studio did the model show, the MODOK show. Oh, I'm sorry, the MODOK show. The animation was fine. Problem was Patton Oswalt wrote and voiced MODOK, and that's what killed the show being unfunny. You know, Patton Oswalt's one of those ones where it's like, God, man, like 20 25 especially, but even 20 years ago, Patton Oswalt killed it with me. I loved Patton Oswalt. He still can get a chuckle out of me. He still can get a laugh out of me. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think it's just another one of those ones where Trump just fucking broke his brain. Now that if I'm really being honest, like, yeah, he always did the nerd comedy, but God, he used to fucking kill it with me. I love that too, because like back then, especially, that was not a thing that was common. He killed it with comedy, like he killed his wife. I don't know how much like smoke there is about that story. I've never bothered to really look into it because I don't care that much. But it is funny that it just like keeps like fucking dogging him. Like, Chad says the first Quagmire Troon Dad episode struck the perfect balance between ridicule and respect. I love the line where Quagmire says to his dad, like, "Oh no, are you gay?" He goes, "No, of course I'm not gay. I'm a woman's trapped in a man's body." And Quagmire goes, "Can't you just be gay?" That's honestly the question I have for like trannies most of the time, where it's like, can't you just be gay? Like, somebody says they got PayPal to work. Well, I guess I should go check my PayPal then, shouldn't I? It'd be rude of me not to. So he's sending me some ducats. With PayPal through it. So whatever. I'm not going to complain. If you sent me fucking money, who am I to complain? Oh, let's see. If there was a note with it, I don't see it, but looks like Jolly Rancher there sent me 5 buckaroos. Thank you very much for that. The only note I'm seeing here is say hi to a high 3.5% APY, but I believe that's PayPal notification right there. It's in the spot where I would usually get a message from somebody if they sent me something. Yeah, I don't have Luke tonight, by the way, Chad. He had a personal emergency. He had to go get a new copy of Seaman. Just came out. So he's waiting in line. Drunken Super Chat here. Just baked a pizza. Nice timing. Redhead Girlfriend Supremacy. Liz Vicious, best GF ever. Dark Queen for Prez. Femdom Nationalism. I Lervis you Beglov. Well, thank you very much for that. Chat says the harder a comedy tries to be smart, the more cringe it is. Yeah, man, the funniest shit in the world is just sometimes we just go off the fucking rails. I mean, like, take Caddyshack, for example. Caddyshack is such a great example of why you shouldn't put too much stock into the quote-unquote rules when it comes to comedy. Oh, Unintelligent Design in the chat. Hey, I'll send you a link if you want to hop in, by the way. But anyway, so Caddyshack breaks nearly every rule of storytelling. Like, nearly every one. It starts off kind of this dramedy about like teen pregnancy with these caddies and shit like that, right? And that's supposed to be the main story of this movie. And originally it was, like in first drafts of the script and shit, right? That is abandoned so quickly in the middle of this fucking movie. Like, this movie is like, yeah, we're going to tell a coming of age story with caddies. And you know what? We're bored with that. Here's Rodney Dangerfield annoying Ted Knight. Here's Chevy Chase being a likable asshole. Here's Bill Murray doing just fucking Looney Tunes shit with a gopher puppet. Here's all this stuff. Because it turns out we don't actually give a fuck about our own story. So here's a bunch of shit. We're gonna go all over the place with tones. We don't care. This R-rated comedy has literal like Home Alone little kid movie fucking slapstick with a gopher. Bill Murray just does Looney Tunes. He just does a classic Looney Tunes bit with a fucking gopher. And that's in between him doing like jerk off motions with the ball washer. Talking about how he's gonna make the lady golfer bark like a dog. The movie's all over the place. In tone, in story, in structure. That is the absolute most ADHD fucking narrative you can imagine. And it works so great. If you haven't seen Caddyshack, you fucking wrong. That's a thing you should rectify right now. Oh. People in the chat are just quoting it now because it's like. By the way, the tension between Rodney Dangerfield's character and Ted Knight's character is basically why the old guard of the Republican Party initially hated Trump. Like, that's exactly what it was. It's just, well, I never when Trump came on the scene. Oh. But yeah, that's exactly why, like, all this shit about, like, you know, the fucking Matt and Traver, our comedy comes from the characters. Like, first of all, no, it doesn't most of the time. Second of all, like, who gives a fuck? Okay. There's a thing, there's an old Eddie Murphy bit back when Eddie Murphy was funny. Before he had kids. Having kids usually sucks the fucking funny out of you. Sucks the life out of you in general. Eddie Murphy had a bit back in the 80s where he talked about how Bill Cosby had called him up and started chewing him out about all the language Eddie Murphy uses. And Eddie Murphy started to feel bad because at the time, Bill Cosby was really fucking respected. And so Eddie Murphy was talking about how he was feeling bad. And then, again, this is all Eddie Murphy telling the story, so I don't know how much of it is even real, but it seems like it was. Then Eddie Murphy is talking to Richard Pryor about this, about how Bill Cosby made him fucking feel bad and all. And Richard Pryor is like, did the people laugh when you said those things? And Eddie Murphy's like, yeah. And he goes, and tell Bill Cosby to have a pudding pop and a smile and shut the fuck up. By the way, Bill Cosby's I'm the super clean, wholesome comedian is particularly funny in light of his extracurricular activities. There was a Caddyshack Rodney Dangerfield Hallmark Christmas ornament a few bags, had a voice chip in it, has an honored place on my dresser. I wouldn't have mind having that on my Christmas tree, to be honest. I love that Hallmark just makes what the fuck ever at this point. Like, just don't care. Ugh. Sorry, I'm checking Streamlabs just in case. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I see where the message is there, by the way. He typed it out in chat, but okay, yeah. I'll just check the Streamlabs from now. Let's see. I remember my grandma getting a Caddyshack gopher doll that danced to the I'm Alright song. I do remember that, man. I remember that was out in like the 90s, to be honest. But Razorfish said Cosby did nothing wrong. Well, isn't that something? I don't know, man. Razorfish spiel about like Michael Jackson kind of convinced me maybe he was set up, but like there was there's real smoke when it comes to Bill Cosby. I don't know for sure what the fuck happened or whatever, and I've never cared enough to look deeply into it. But from what I have seen, he probably was doing all sorts of shit he shouldn't have been doing. He was probably putting his dick where it didn't belong. Animal House, that's another classic. You know, it's funny, when I was about, I want to say like 12, because I would have been easily in 6th grade at this point. I was in middle school. But my dad kind of like set me aside at one point and was like, look, you're not like a kid anymore. You know, like your balls have dropped. You're sniffing around girls anymore. You're not an adult yet, but you're not a kid anymore. And he started showing me a bunch of like R-rated comedies from before my time. Like I think I had maybe seen Caddyshack, or at least parts of it, when I was little. I seem to remember seeing the Gopher shit. Or maybe that was just all I was paying attention to because I was like really little, like 5-ish, you know. But he showed me Caddyshack, Animal House, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Kentucky Fried Movie, all that kind of shit. Chad says Cosby was let out of jail due to prosecutorial misconduct. I mean, he might have been innocent or far more innocent than people let on. But you know what? Fuck him. Being a self-righteous, smug, fucking clean comedian is enough. That fuck you. And Cosby was capable of being funny clean. But to like try to impose that on everybody else, like most people can't do that. Being funny clean is like being a fucking championship boxer with one hand, like one arm is missing. It's like it's theoretically possible. Like, yeah, there's probably people skilled enough to overcome this massive disadvantage. But most people aren't. Most of the time, clean comedy is like what was Bill Engvall, where it's like, yeah, this gets polite, respectable chuckles out of fucking evangelicals that are still on board with like Mike Huckabee Zionism. But beyond that, nobody fucking. Oh God, did you guys see like? So Huckabee's got full-on Tucker derangement syndrome, as does everybody. Every Zionist Tucker like fucking curb stomps gets this. Ted Cruz, Doug Wilson, and now Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee was like, he did like a fucking impromptu blues session with his guitar where he's like, I dedicate this song to Tucker, and it's the Elvis "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" song, and it was the most boomer thing that ever fucking happened. Yeah, Jonathan Pollard. By the way, here's all you gotta realize about. So Mike Huckabee, Jonathan Pollard. For those of you that don't know, I hope I'm getting that name right. That's what chat's saying. I'm not looking it up. But the fucking Jew that sold a bunch of our nuclear secrets and battle plans to Israel, who then gave it to the fucking Soviets during the height of the Cold War. That guy served 30 years. I don't even think he served the full 30. He only got 30 years. Now, in most cases, that is absolutely blatant fucking treason of the highest order, and the death penalty would apply. Mike Huckabee, just a few years ago, was advocating that guy be released and allowed to go live in Israel. Now, to put that in perspective, Mike Huckabee was advocating that Edward Snowden be executed as a traitor. Edward Snowden, who exposed the government's wrongdoing to the American people, is a traitor that deserves the death penalty. But this Israeli Zionist nationalist who stole our most precious military secrets and handed them to our fucking enemy superpower, well, he's a good boy, didn't do nothing. The reason Tucker is able to just brutally murder, metaphorically, these fucking Zionists in a debate is because there is no fucking defending it. None of them are used to it being questioned, certainly not from the right. There may be used to like some spurgy leftists that scream about free Palestine or whatever, but nobody is used to somebody from a right wing or a Christian perspective simply questioning the basis of Zionism, which has no biblical basis, by the way. The Jews are not God's chosen people, not in the fucking New Testament, not according to Christianity. God's chosen people are those who are in Christ, which come from all nations, tribes, and tongues. To argue anything else isn't Christianity. I don't care if you think Israel will play some role in the end times after the rapture or some shit like that. Point is, right now, in this fucking covenant, in this moment, God's chosen people are the people that chose God, who are also the people God chose before the foundations of the world. But that's getting into a whole predestination versus free will debate that we don't fucking have time for tonight. The point is, God's people are those who are in Christ. And a bunch of atheists with questionable genetic ties to the children of Abraham in the first fucking place, living in the Middle East, who won't even draw a plus sign because it looks too much like a cross, are not God's chosen people. And I don't care what you want to call it theologically. All these fucking Zionists, they want to be, oh, your replacement theology. I guess, because that's what I'm what the New Testament fucking says in pretty plain fucking words. I didn't know what the word dispensationalism was till a few years ago. I didn't know what replacement theology was till a few years ago. All I knew is every time the preachers in these evangelical like radio shows or in my own churches would go on about how we all need to support Israel, I kind of sat there like, fucking why? Really, at the end of the day. And sometimes I'd argue the point, but mostly I get fucking tired of arguing it. Christians owe nothing to Israel. If anything, I mean, I didn't know. I'm sorry, isn't the official narrative of World War II? We can get into how, history being written by the victor, but I mean, didn't we save these people from a Holocaust? They owe us. Zionism is this weird, heretical, blasphemous fucking. It's first of all this idea that I, as a Christian, owe undying loyalty to the government that Jeffrey Epstein worked for, the government that fucking sank the USS Liberty, the government that continuously drags my country into wars and steals my fucking tax dollars, that I owe some sort of subservience and undying loyalty to people that spit on the name of Jesus Christ. That I, as a Christian, that's absurd. I don't need to go to fucking seminary to be able to tell you that's absurd. I have a functional brain in my head. Sometimes not as functional as I'd like, but it's functional enough to be able to tell that that's obviously retarded and it's obviously insane. And then on top of that, there's the fact that, I will bless those that bless you. This wasn't said to the nation of Israel. This was said to Abraham. And the Arabs are genetically closer to the descendants of Abraham than these Europeanized, what do they call them? Ashkenazi Jews? Whatever the hell Jews, blah, blah. But these fucking Europeanized Jews, I can't talk. These fucking white Jews. That's what they are, okay? It's centuries of fucking crossbreeding between Europeans and Jews created this particular offshoot. That is less genetic ties to the children of Abraham than the fucking Arabs. That's just a fact. It's just a biological fucking fact. Oh, well, they get Israel because of the religious ties. Israel was founded by a bunch of atheists. What's the old joke? A Zionist is someone that believes that God promised the Jews this land 3,000 years ago, but also God doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't actually say those who bless Israel will be blessed. It says those who bless you will be blessed and to your descendants, to Abraham. And in the New Testament, it says that we in Christ are the children of Abraham now. That's the other thing. I don't want to hear all these defenses for Israel that come from the Old Testament. Because I don't know if you knew this. But in the Bible, there was this little 3-day weekend, right? And it was a bit of a Friday, a Saturday, and a fucking Sunday. And it was a bit of a paradigm shift. Yeah, you don't owe Israel anything. I'm sorry to tell you. Maybe we're going to get raptured and then Israel will fight the fucking Antichrist and Kirk Cameron will be there and Nicolas Cage will be there like in the fucking Left Behind movies. I don't know, maybe. Okay? But like for right now, you as a Christian, if you are a Christian and a large section of my audience is, if you are in Christ, you are now the children of Abraham. You are now God's people. Somebody that sucks baby dick and swings a chicken to try and ties string around his neighborhood to try and trick God while he's murdering Palestinian babies is not, okay? Somebody that won't draw a plus sign in a math class because it looks too much like a cross, that's not God's chosen people. I'm sorry to tell you. And again, all these fucking dispensationalists will say, well, God's not done with the Jews. And yes, you're correct. God's not done with anybody that's still alive. Let's get that clear too, by the way. If you're still drawing breath, if you're still converting O2 into CO2, God's not done with you yet. Not yet. He might be. He might be soon, but he's not done with you yet. So if these people still walk the earth, have not been eradicated, despite more than a few times fucking asking for it, then yeah, I suppose God has some sort of fucking plan for them down the road. But that plan isn't that I have to give them unlimited missiles and money. That's not the plan. I would have to be shown that pretty fucking clearly. Because it's absurd. Uh-oh. We got Liam Gray over here. Liam Gray.
Hey-o. Sorry I'm late. My neck's fucking killing me, man.
Did you order your copy of Seaman number 3 yet?
Did I order my copy of what, sorry?
Of Seaman number 3 from the Rip Ass verse.
No,
yeah, I'll throw it up on stage. See, look, it's Seaman number 3. It's by Chuck Dixon, my ass.
Are you for real?
Look at this. Look at this issue of Horseman. Look at what... I laughed my ass off for like 15 minutes looking at this. As if the pony play gimp suit outfit wasn't laughable enough. As if the whole motif of this fucking dog shit character was laughable.
Did they do it on purpose? Or
now he's called Seaman. It's Horse Seaman, the fucking comic.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Big things are happening at the Rip-Off verse.
Big things. Big loads.
Big, as big as a horse cock, you might say.
Yeah, wow. Holy shit. No, I didn't see that.
Well, did you reserve your copy?
I did not see that.
It's selling out fast.
Oh gosh.
It's coming
So-
at you fast.
Yeah. No, I've fucking been nursing this neck pain that I've got, man. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go to the fucking doctors for it again. It's kicking my ass. But right now the internet's trying to paint me as a lolicon because I said, look, if there's no victim, I don't give a shit. You know, doesn't mean I support it, doesn't mean I consume it, but just like I don't like the pearl clutching. It's like, you know, when shit comes my way, I send it to the FBI. That's sort of the end of it. I don't want to give a fuck about it, and they're trying to twist that into me fucking kids now, I guess.
I don't know. I've never really liked like when people are like, "Oh, we should outlaw this lolly shit." I'm like, first of all, part of me wants to outlaw anime in general.
Well, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Here in Australia,
it all looks like that to me. But
it's illegal. It's already illegal here in Australia, so I've got no battle to fight. You know what I mean? I've got no.
I don't.
Battle
It's a very much a gray area here in the States, and I kind of don't like the idea of outlawing it just because it gets into like the government can arrest you because it doesn't like something you drew.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that gets into a territory that I ain't comfortable with. That said, though, yeah, it's fucking disgusting. I mean, but I don't know, man. Like half the fucking anime looks like that to me. Like, I don't know. There's a weird tendency of a whole lot of anime and manga to focus on little girls.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
And you know what? I just don't read or watch that. You know what I mean? Like, it's that simple to me because it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Spend like 24 hours a day fucking screaming at someone?
I saw sometime last year Viz Media got the rights to make a Spider-Man manga, and the plot to it was that Doc Ock had his mind put into some schoolgirl's body. I'm not making this up, by the way. And I'm just like, it's just always schoolgirls with you fucking people, isn't it? It's just like somehow we're just always wrapping back around to that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just that's happening in real time now. I'm like, this is fucking pathetic. You know, I've got nothing to say about it. It's like, you know, like, so like what? I'm not angry enough. I'm not like, going out and randomly attacking communities. I just don't care. I'm sorry. I just don't give a shit.
I don't know, man.
You know,
that shit got really performative a couple years ago when like casinos started calling everybody that they were fighting with a pedophile.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, like half of them were because like half the internet is.
Yeah.
But like
oh yeah, I hear you, man. It's just fucking I'm like, oh god, I'm just gonna go hang out with Beglov and talk about comics for fucking 10 minutes while I try and click these discs back into my neck. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm thinking of doing, and I had this idea. Speaking of comics, because you know they're putting here in the States, they're putting out a lot of compact titles. Like DC's done a ton of them, where it's like they're only $10 and it's a complete story, and it's meant to be a lot of the accessible, like must-read shit. You know, Watchmen, Dark Knight Returns, that kind of shit.
Yeah,
and also IDW started putting out similar stuff. IDW just this week released all 25 issues of Godzilla Rulers of Earth on a compact thing for $15 or $14. And I was actually thinking I might set up over the summer. I was like community library boxes with a bunch of those compact things up in the front lawn. I don't know if you've seen these, but like here in the States, a lot of lefties do this, but like in kind of the nicer neighborhoods and shit, you put it out there just like a lot of books people can borrow at their leisure.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of thinking of doing with that. The one thing I noticed when I was looking up like what titles are even out in these, Marvel has done like jack shit for it. They did their own line of it, and it's like really bad selection and like half as many, if that DC did.
Yeah.
Like you'd think basic shit like Infinity Gauntlet and Secret Wars, for example. Nah. They got like some Hickman Fantastic Four. They got some Black Panther. They got Civil War. They got like Daredevil Born Again. Like, I mean, some of it's good, but it's just not like the big shit. And it's a little pricier than the DC stuff.
Yeah.
That's right, Chad. You are doing a Godzilla Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. It looks fun.
Yeah, it looks really good, eh? From what you've shared on the covers and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cartoony. That's good. But yeah.
I'm a sucker for that shit, man, because that's so comics. Like, I know that shit happens in other media. Like, even this Godzilla Sonic supposedly happened first in a Sonic mobile game, which I don't play because I'm not retarded. But, like, that shit happens all the time in comics, and it's just so rad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such a medium of, hey, you know what would be cool?
What?
Like, no, that's just the
Yeah, oh, yeah.
philosophy
You
of
just
comics.
know
You
what
it'd
would be rad.
cool?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see Doctor Doom on the Planet of the Apes world. Why not? But yeah, Godzilla Sonic was announced. They announced a Jay and Silent Bob meets Marvel thing. They announced a second DC Sonic crossover.
Yeah, I heard about that too, and I meant to ask you. I've been meaning to ask, what figures do and don't you have from the Sonic DC crossover line?
Oh,
Like what?
I have the all the guys now. I have the all the Sonic characters as DC characters. I have them. And what before they announced the second comic, they announced another wave of toys where it was like Big the Cat as Aquaman and Robotnik as Lex Luthor and the Bat as Catwoman. And as soon as I saw those other toys, I'm like, those weren't in the comic. I bet you they're doing another comic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And sure enough, there you go, man. I don't know. I'm a sucker for that kind of shit. I'm not even big into IDW Sonic, and it's still like, yeah, it's fun. I'm not. It's weird. I'm not that much of a Sonic fan. I have a deep soft spot for Sonic that I will probably always have, but like, I like such a narrow slice of what Sonic is. Like, I love the old Genesis games, especially Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I think it's maybe the best.
You're the same with me, exactly. Like you're in the same place.
I like the both the cartoon and the comic that had like Princess Sally and the Freedom Fighters. I think that's the best storytelling that Sonic's ever seen. I don't like Sonic X. I don't like Sonic Underground. I don't like this. I don't like any of the 3D games when you get right down to it. Like, I kind of like Heroes a little bit. That's about it. I basically don't like Sonic after it's synced up with the Japanese canon. Once we started calling him Eggman, I'm kind of tapped out.
Yeah. Seems a bit odd, but I suppose that's the Japanese name, right? So
yeah, maybe that sounds cool in Japan. I don't know. But I don't understand why if I was at Sega at 1999, I'm like, really? You're going to sync it up with the Japanese canon? I mean, he's not even popular in Japan. Like, the Japanese may have made Sonic, but they made him for the West. Like, that's who he belongs to at heart. That's why the only genuinely great game that's ever been made with Sonic since the Genesis was made by a Westerner, Christian Whitehead, and it's Sonic Mania. But
my daughter loves Sonic. You know what I mean? And to the point where like she wears a Sonic shirt and all blue and little red ruby slippers and goes to play school and runs around as Sonic. You know what I mean? Playing with the boys as Sonic, and she just loves it. And it just sort of says to me like this is the sign of like a timeless thing, you know.
Chat brings up, Sonic 2 was made by Americans. Well, I mean, it was made by Japanese people primarily, but they were at Sega of America. Right after Sonic 1, Sega of Japan started working on a sequel, and Sega of America started working on a sequel. Sega of America gave us Sonic 2. Sega of Japan gave us Sonic CD. And Sonic CD kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah, I never really played Sonic CD. I didn't have it. We did have the Sega CD for a while, but they didn't have any games for it besides this helicopter one and this racing one. And
I had a 32X, but I didn't have a Sega CD. But I remember finally as an adult, when I got my Wii, right? That like opened up GameCube games, you know? So I got the Sonic Gems collection for the GameCube, which is like one of the only times they re-released Sonic CD. So, and this is like 2007 or 8. I'm like 24, 25. And I'm like, I'm finally going to play this mythical Sega classic Sonic game that I never got a chance to play. And I fire it up and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks, man. It's
Why?
worse
What was
than
bad
even
about it?
Sonic
I've
1.
honestly never played it. I've never played it. So
Okay,
like,
so the level design is sloppy. You're supposed to like go back and forward in time, and like you're supposed to go back in time and at certain spots in the level. Like each level has like 4 versions of it, if I remember correctly. There's the present,
okay.
there's the past version, and then there's a good and bad future.
Oh, that's kind of a cool idea though. Like
It
that's rare.
is, but it's like in a 2D platformer, it's a fucking mess to navigate. And
Do you
I
move
just
through the levels as you move through the thing, or do you just play the level 4
you
times
could
over?
just plow through the level without doing any of that
Okay.
and kind of get like a bad ending or something like that. Like, you know, when you don't get the Chaos Emeralds kind of thing. But you're supposed to find these certain signposts that let you go back in time. Like the signpost activates something, and then you got to go fast enough for long enough, like you're the fucking DeLorean, and then you go back in time. It's a fucking mess, though, man. The whole thing's a fucking mess. I just could not get into it, man. And whereas Sonic 2, I mean, it's not Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but Sonic 2 is just amazing.
Yeah. Sonic 2 was the one that everyone had. It came with the little version of the Mega Drive here in Australia. It came in the box with the console. So everyone had Sonic 2, and everyone and their little brother or their little sister. Well, actually, little brother. I mean, to be fair, this is back in the time before women could play video games. You know, where they not only had no interest in it, but they were incapable of doing it. And finding a girl gamer was like the diamond in the rough. You know what I mean?
If they were good, they were allowed to play Columns.
Yes, Columns. Oh goodness. But yeah, so essentially, like. That's it. You know, like it was everywhere. Everyone had Sonic 2. More people, I would argue, had Sonic 2 in Australia than Sonic 1. I think.
So the two best, now this is in North America, so I don't know about Australia. The 2 best-selling games on the Sega Genesis are Sonic 1 and 2. I can't remember which one outsells which. But do you want to guess what number 3 is for the Sega Genesis all time?
Yeah, what is it?
Aladdin.
Really?
And if you were to take out the people that got, because the Sonic 1 and 2 sales numbers are inflated by the fact that we're counting all the ones that were sold as part of a bundle with the systems.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to take that out of there, Aladdin's probably number 1. Because Aladdin was never bundled with the system at all. People just bought Aladdin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that was a very popular time. It's a pretty good game. The old Sega Aladdin.
I remember renting it a lot. I don't believe I had it, but I did rent it a ton.
I think everyone. Yeah, I mean, I remember it very clearly. So there was it, and there was the Lion King. You know, which was I remember the Lion King being very difficult, and the Tasmanian Devil one was also popular.
I didn't have the first one. I didn't have Tasmania, but I had Taz Escapes from Mars, which was
I don't know if there's
engine.
I don't know which one it was. If it was, I don't know which one.
Taz Escapes from Mars. You start off, you're kidnapped by Martian Manhunter and put in a zoo, and you got to like escape, and you get on a spaceship and it takes you to a different planet.
You meant like Marvin the Martian, right?
Yeah. What I said.
Like, yeah, you're just minding your business, and then Martian Manhunter comes down.
Oh, I said Martian Manhunter.
Yeah,
there's a DC. Well, it's all owned by Warner Brothers. A big DC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
John Johns, the Justice League is sent in to deal with Taz.
Yeah, exactly. He's out of control. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope you feel better, man.
Yeah, man. I my neck's constantly fucking pinched and shit. I'll probably get out of here in a minute, but yeah, it's just, dude, the roads, these Australian roads, they kick your ass, man. Like, I feel like I'm 100 years old.
I feel you there, man.
The Looney Tunes had a ton of games in the 90s. Did they? What else did they have?
Yeah. I had actually no, I didn't have it now that I think about it. One that I rented a ton there was a Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner game on the Sega Genesis that you could play as either Wile E. Coyote or Roadrunner. And there's that Roadrunner is like my favorite Looney Tunes. I adored that fucking game. Played the hell out of it.
Jolly Rancher. See what happens when you talk back to your wife?
Exactly.
No, it's the roads, man. These fucking back roads. Like it's like you're being thrown like 2 feet into the fucking sky every time you drive 10 feet.
That's because it's not a country down there; it's a prison colony.
Yeah, well,
it makes you have roads at all. It makes you could ever stop shanking each other to build roads.
You know, I'd rather be shanked than have this fucking pain I got right now. Let me tell you the honest truth. Like, it's like just moving a millimeter, you know what I mean? And it's like just a sharp stab right into the back of your fucking brain. It's terrible. Dude, you know what's great that I fucking have been watching lately before I fuck off? I got Malcolm in the Middle, right? And it's really good. Like, it's actually fucking funny and good. I thought it'd be shit. I didn't expect it to be good. I just got it because it was a sitcom from the 90s. We're like halfway into season 3, and I laugh at least once an episode. It's good.
I only watched a little bit when it was new, but I remember hating the mom.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And I never watched it really at all growing up. I was like, you know what I mean? Wasn't interested. But going back,
it came out when I was in like my late teens, maybe like 20.
Yeah, so
like
going back,
it wasn't in the 90s. It was like the early 2000s.
Well, I think the show's set in the 90s. You know what I mean? So that's the impression I get. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like 90s Australia. So maybe we're just 10 years behind you guys. But yeah, no, it reminded me of like the Adventures of Pete and Pete, but less surreal. You know, less surreal. And the mother is obnoxious. Like, she's a horrible bitch.
She's terrible. I hated her. Every time she's on screen, there's a Family Guy gag where they're watching Malcolm in the Middle, and the mom's just like yammering on, and the dad like gets up and he rips the fucking door off the freezer and just fucking smacks her like right in the face with it, knocks her out. And he looks at the kids. And he goes, "We're free, boys," and they just walk off into the sunset.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's got pretty. I mean, yeah, I suppose you're not a big fan of Family, I suppose, but it's funny. I find it. I
don't like kids. Everyone's like, "Yeah, you just hate the concept."
It has that same Fox dysfunctional energy as Married with Children. It's like a tamer version of Married with Children. I don't know how bad it gets in the later seasons. Married with Children is great, you know, and that's why I thought, like, you know what, Malcolm in the Middle is actually pretty funny. I've legitimately laughed like once or twice to every episode, and I don't laugh at TV, you know, like I'm a jaded old man, you know. But they had like a comic book episode yesterday, you know, no, not yesterday, but on the last episode I watched where and it was so interesting looking at comic book culture before Big Bang Theory being sitcomized, you know. So they've got this father who's coming in to buy a comic book. He's got $50 and he's going to the comic shop and he wants to buy some comics for his son's birthday. And you've got this almost Simpson-esque sort of nerdy stereotype behind the counter who just is selling this guy like cereal box comics for $50 and telling him that they're rare and shit. Like, and he refusing to sell him shit because he's like a poser, you know, like not like a comic book guy.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny and interesting to see like nerds painted as like this elite fucking snobs towards the normies. And then he has to go and get like his fat fucking Newman friend who comes in and they all freak out. Oh, he's a 45th level dungeon master. And he comes in and he just starts shit talking. They try to like pose their fake comics, you know. He's like, look, I've got the first appearance of Green Goblin and shit. It was a pretty funny little scene, you know, but it was just interesting to see the way that nerds were viewed back then and the way we are now. And like, there's this other scene that I laughed at, man, where like this guy gives them his old laptop, right? And he says, all I need you to do is like install the sound card and set up my my modem or whatever, and then set up a wireless network, blah blah blah. And it's like techno babble, right? But everything he says is like shit we just do today normally. But like the joke is it's so complicated you wouldn't be able to understand it. So here I am in like 26 listening to it. I'm like, man, that's like just literally what you've got to do every time you buy a device now. And this used to be considered Star Trekky and techno babble.
Well, I mean, even just early 2000s, my God, just having a laptop in like 2002.
Yeah.
It's just high baller shit. Now laptops are like the garbage computers that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I have a potato laptop. It's probably going to melt here if I stream for another hour.
Is that because of all of the crypto mining and they're making them bad, or
I don't know. I know AI is all this AI bullshit is making like RAM and shit like that go up. So
yeah. And is chocolate going up over there? Is chocolate like skyrocketing over in America right now, or is that just here?
I don't think so. I don't think it is here.
Because
I don't eat a ton of candy, so I couldn't tell you. But
yeah. Well, just keep an eye out as you walk through the store, because like when I went to the mall, and we were doing a bit of shopping, the buckets are like M&Ms and shit like that, and like Skittles and stuff. They're normally like $10 here, Australian. Now they're like $20. So that's like double.
I have an online buddy, Aaron Clary, great guy. Does a lot of financial advice and shit like that on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he had a little stream where he was like, why is the Dubai chocolate everywhere? Where did this come from? This stuff is gross. Why is it everywhere? And I watched it because I kept thinking, like, does he know? Does he know what this really is? I don't. You probably don't even, Liam.
I don't even know what it is. No.
Okay, so this isn't exactly confirmed, but it's all but confirmed. You know what I mean? This is like legally speaking, O.J. Simpson was acquitted of murder, but we all know he killed that boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is the reality here. So Dubai chocolate is a term that used to mean something very different, and you get something very different when you Googled it. And the reason for that is the royals over there in the old Middle East, over in Dubai, they had a habit of bringing all these high-class hookers and Instagram models and all these other bitches over because they like to take dumps on them. And that's what the term Dubai chocolate used to mean. So the theory, and I wholeheartedly believe this, is that this whole Dubai chocolate trend has been completely astroturfed by that royal family to try to change search engine results. Because this shit ain't really selling, first of all. And it just popped up out of fucking nowhere.
Hey,
and
I think I've got, you know that fucking kangaroo.
If you'd have Googled Dubai chocolate 4 years ago, you would not have gotten a candy bar.
Yeah, I don't think they're even here. Dude, you know that fucking kangaroo that I raised? It's fucking hopping around my house, and my dogs are going fucking nuts.
All right. Well,
so I'm going to go fucking
wrap up my stream anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of here and go chase this motherfucker.
Right.
I'll catch you later, man. Good talk. I'll catch up more soon.
Chat says candy is expensive now. Okay. I did not know that. I think the last candy I bought was a bag of Jolly Ranchers at the gas station a while ago, and I did not pay attention to the price. Chat says I learned something today. You didn't know that? Also, Dubai porta potties was another term for that. I wouldn't trust me if there's a Dubai porta potty fucking company that comes out soon. You'll really know I was on the money with this conspiracy theory. Chat says Germany. Yeah, Germany's notorious for scat fetishes. I don't know why, but yes, Unscheiße is a very common stereotype. Chat says I buy M&Ms. I like the oddball flavor M&Ms they have now. Like, I think it's in like the summer or spring they put out key lime flavored M&Ms. They fucking rule. Oh God, they're so good. I'm not even a big candy guy, but like I see those, I'm like, yes. All right, chat. I'm gonna wrap this up. We've gone on for long enough. I'm gonna check the Streamlabs tips one last time. And when we'll wrap it up. If you enjoy the content I put out, do consider supporting the show. Streamlabs.com/thebeckloff. PayPal.me/thebeckloff. And some shit that I like, it's mostly comics. But you can buy me some comic books. I gotta like piss off trads, I guess, because they got real mad at me for liking comics on Twitter. They were not thrilled with that at all. That's about it for tonight. Hopefully next week we'll have Luke back, but I think we did a pretty good show without him. I think I managed to hold down the fort without him. That is about it for tonight, folks. I want to thank you all for listening. Beckloff out.